They forced me to marry a man I didn't love. He brought his mistress into our bed and told me to leave the room. I became invisible until the day I took control and made him watch me with the man I truly loved. This is the story of how I stopped being a shadow in my own life and became the woman I was never allowed to be. My name is Mariana, and this is the day everything ended and everything began. Hi everyone, you are welcome to our channel. If you like our stories and similar infidelity stories, please do well to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for stopping by, and do not forget to turn on your notification button so as to get notifications anytime we post our stories. Now let's dive into the gist. I was born in Florida, USA, but my heart is tied to Mexico through my blood and heritage. Fernando and I grew up in the same community. Our parents were close, both families rich and respected. From the time we were teenagers, everyone said we would end up together. But Fernando loved someone else, Camila. And I had someone too. His name was Diego. He was sweet, strong, and crazy about me. But our parents didn't care about love. They cared about pride, money, and family legacy. They pushed us together. So we got married. To please them. To avoid shame. At first, I hoped things would get better. I prayed that with time, love would grow. But it didn't. It died before it could ever breathe. Fernando never let go of Camila. He brought her into our home, our bed. I remember the first time he asked me to excuse them. I laughed because I thought it was a joke. But it wasn't. He took her into our bedroom. I stood outside the door frozen as I heard them, moaning, screaming, making love like I never existed. I cried all night, every night. But no one cared. Not even him. And that was just the beginning. Our house became a hotel for his lovers. I would wash the shits when they leave, and the dishes they used Camila came often. Sometimes he brought strangers, girls I didn't even know. He didn't hide it anymore. He'd ask me to leave the room like I was the maid. Sometimes I stayed. I watched. Not because I wanted to, but because I wanted him to feel shame. But he never did. Instead, he looked me in the eye while he did it. I felt like a ghost in my own home. I cooked. I cleaned. I gave birth to 2 beautiful children. But I was empty inside. Every kiss he gave me felt like a lie. Every smile was poison. My family told me to endure it, for the kids, for respect. They didn't know I was dying inside. One night, I locked myself in the bathroom and cried into a towel so the children wouldn't hear. I looked in the mirror, and I didn't recognize the woman staring back at me. I was no longer Mariana. I was his shadow. But something inside me snapped. I couldn't keep living like that. If he could humiliate me, then maybe it was time I showed him how it feels. I didn't plan it, but fate did. One day I ran into Diego, my old love. He hadn't changed much. His smile still made my heart flutter. We talked, then met again. And again. It felt like breathing after drowning for years. One afternoon while the kids were at school, Diego came over. We sat, talked, then one thing led to another. Fernando came home early. He walked into our bedroom and found us. Naked. Sweaty. Alive. For the first time in years it was me in that bed, with someone I actually wanted. He shouted, cursed, threatened to kill us. But I was calm. I looked him in the eye and said, "This is my revenge." From that day on I stopped caring what anyone thought. I started bringing in men just like he did. The house turned into a war zone. Fights. Screams. Doors slamming. The children hiding under blankets. One night he almost hit me. That was it. I filed for divorce. I told him it was over. Not just the marriage, but the pain, the pretending, the lies. I wasn't going to die slowly just to protect his ego. The day of the divorce hearing was cloudy. I dressed in black. Not for mourning, but for closure. Fernando looked strange. Quiet. Cold. Something in his eyes didn't feel right. The courtroom was filled with lawyers, family, and our children sitting silently in the back. I stood strong as the judge read the final words. But before anyone could breathe a sigh of relief, Fernando pulled a gun from his coat. Screams filled the room. I froze, thinking he would shoot me. But he didn't. He turned the gun on himself and pulled the trigger. Blood spilled. Chaos exploded. My children cried. I couldn't move. I just stood there numb. That was the day everything ended. Our marriage, his life, and my years of silence. I'm now raising 2 children alone. Strong, free, healing. I didn't choose this life, but I choose to live it fully from now on. Even if the truth destroys everything, it still sets you free. Have you heard or experienced similar situation? Please tell us how you handle it in the comment section, and do not forget to turn on your notification button, so as to get notifications anytime we post our stories. Thank you, and see you in my next video.